is regarding keeping a beard. Is it mandatory? I often hear that all four schools of thought have agreed that keeping a beard is an obligation for a Muslim man. Is this true? It would be great if the professor can address this question at the next podcast.
No, this is it is always included, and by the way, it is never included in books of jurisprudence. It is always included in books on etiquette, adab. Now, these books had a very particular role in Islamic history. These books on adab were written within an intellectual context in which you didn't expect the public, the amma, the laity, to understand deep theological issues, because most of the laity was illiterate, couldn't read and write anyway. And there was an epistemological framework where the elite would be expected to understand nuanced ideas, complex ideas, but the laity would be given a distilled version of religiosity, where it would be quite simple so they can identify as Muslim. And the laity, by the way, in the medieval age, where if they existed in our age, they would shock the heck out of us, because their practices were often would be shocking to the modern sensibilities. Put it this way, everything from the way they would the way they would consume food, the way they would go to the bathroom, the way they would build tribal affiliations and enter into feuds and so on and so forth. So the role of works on raqa'iq and adab was to give the laity a sense of identity and a sense of being anchored in an Islamicity. So in these books, not the books of ahkam, not the books of fiqh, in these books, the books of adab and raqa'iq, they would often tell the laity that men would grow beards. And there was a cultural context to it, and the cultural context was that if you didn't have a beard, that would often identify you either as a homosexual or as within certain Christian groups. Not the Jews would grow their beards, Muslims would grow their beards. Now, in terms of, do these reports, do these traditions rise to the level of a legal obligation? My answer is no. They don't rise to the level of a legal obligation. Did these reports exist playing a particular social function in history? Yes. Do I believe that the Prophet ﷺ instructed, or that Allah ordained that Muslim men grow their beards? I don't believe so. Why don't I shave? Because I like having a beard. I have to admit, I just think it's what my teachers did, so I just do what they do because I don't want to spend a lot of time thinking about this issue. Maybe if I did, I would shave. But because I don't, I just imitate my teachers because I love my teachers. That's it. But I don't believe it's an obligation, and I don't even believe it's a sunnah. Those who believe differently, grow your beards. All the power to you. Considering everything that's going on in the Muslim world, I'm not going to make it an issue.